Shut the fuck up. Sorry ass motherfucker, stay away from me. State of the Union. Shut the fuck up. Sorry ass motherfucker, stay away from me. State of the Union. Shut the fuck up. Sorry ass motherfucker, stay away from me.
So what's your angle? Try to separate me from the blood is disrespect, like coming in my home and not wiping your feet on the rug. The Citra Absolute got me bucking, no hang with no phony. Look out for the man with the mask and the white pony on my back. The bill staying off my toes, always on my heels. Insane plane. Soldiers coming in the dark by plane to enforce the new system by rain. Tag my skin with your computer chip. Run your hand over the scanner to buy your dish now. No more fishing for your fish. Yo, welcome to Coffee and Bonghits with Jessie. Are y'all ready to start the show? Gotta play this four-way shit, and y'all gotta tag your friends, tag everybody. This is a big show. Ben is in the house today. You can see we hollering at him from Cove Palisades. If you know, you know. Blam. See you in 2. See ya in 2. Sorry. I swear I get better at this every day.
Resist with a close fist. It's time to resist. Resist, I insist, or your freedom will be missed. Ask yourself.
What? Because you know we've been pissed and got it right. You know we've been dissed. What happened? Why is that always corrupt? Oh, man. I need that shit. I need that shit. I need that shit. That's how I get hyphy in the morning. Hold on, let me see if I can make this shit work. Damn it. Bum, 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 bum. Fight the power, fight the power, fight the power, fight the power. I mean, your ear like an earring, make your ears ring. Leave you discombobulated because you can't believe what you hear ring. What? Come on, man. I need that shit. There we go.
Resist with a close fist. It's time to resist. Resist, I insist, or your freedom will be missed. Ask yourself, why the world government on everybody's shit list? It's because you know we've been dissed, and we got a right to be pissed. I don't swing to the right or left. I ride with God because I'm blessed. God's gift to uplift. I'm about to blaze a split and reminisce like Hamlet when he heard the abyss. I said it's time we resist like gorillas in the mist and fight the damn power for all freedom to exist. It's time we resist and resist with an iron fist. Resist the machine filled by greed and green. They try to pick us clean. How they get so mean? I think it's in their genes. They some strange ass beings, filthy rich elite teams, doing strange ass things. I think can't slide a hand like them David Brains. Murder, kill to all you Jeffrey Epstein. Hella mean, cause it's money they fiend. We don't wanna join your team, we want the American dream. I don't wanna join your team, we want the American dream. We don't wanna join a team, we want the American dream. Fight the power. Fight the power. I'm in your ear like an earring. Make your ears ring. You discombobulated because you can't believe what you're hearing. Make your ears ring. Make your lips sing. Make your
Hold on, this part right here, what?
They gave us social distance because they fear our persistence. It's gonna take persistence for our fight for existence. They gave us social distance because they fear our persistence. It's gonna take persistence for our fight for existence. Illusions are inheritable, weaving webs innumerable. Her beautiful picture never fails, crowding each other veil on veil. A charmer will be believed by man who thirsts.
All right, I'm not responsible enough to make those decisions. Somebody has to stop me. I'll just I'll just put that four ways on a cassette and go dig up my yellow water resistant Walkman with auto reverse and just put that on auto reverse and just so anyways, if you needed the little graphic to let you know, this is Coffee and Bong Hits with Jessie. I am Jessie. I swear, I know I said today I wasn't going to drink any energy drinks, but then, like, man, I promise I'm only having one all day. I promise I'm only having one all day, but I didn't want to compromise the show by going, man, I sure wish I had an energy drink. And I understand that there's a million reasons why I understand there's a million reasons why I shouldn't drink energy drinks. But let me just tell you this, man. There's two things out here you need to know about: nutrition and facts. Nutrition and facts. I get the nutrition and I give you the facts. So, I mean, like, of course you want to drink water, but this is like water with an Iron Man suit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Hey, man, the most tragic thing happened. I'm going to get into, okay, first of all, make your bed. It's 10 o'clock on the West Coast. If you have not made your bed yet, make your bed, because if your bed's made, no matter what happens today, either you will come home and go, at least my bed's made, or you'll come home and go, plus my bed's made. I'm killing it, right? So it could be either one. Okay. Remember, you guys could be watching this on YouTube and there'll be no delay, and your responses to my jokes would show up at the same exact time. Okay, so I just got here to, oh shit, I forgot the most important part. Gosh dang it. Hold on. I totally forgot the intro to the show. I forgot to tell you guys, we are live again from Flight Lounge Cafe. Northeast Sandy next to Floyd's Fine Cannabis, which really isn't that fine cannabis, but if they paid me, I would tell you it was the best. But since they're not paying me, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys and tell you it's and come tell you that it's all right. Hey man, I ain't gonna make nobody sit around here. What is that behind you? Is it your birthday today?
No. You know we ghetto. We don't take nothing down.
How long ago was the birthday party? Don't lie.
July 16th. So it wasn't that long ago.
Man, I would just tell people that I was early for the next birthday.
That's what it's for. Just the next time someone's having a birthday party out here, we ready.
Right? You don't want to have to go find it. Anyways, that's not your living room probably. So
no, I'm outside.
Okay, how are you?
I'm exhausted.
What happened to your voice?
Screaming, gas, screaming. Yeah. Some more gas. Getting maced.
Man, y'all killed it so hard yesterday. I
think we were out of hours. Stand.
Yo, Hey, no shit. I watched that. I watched that yesterday from right when I got done with the show. So it was probably like 12:30 in the afternoon to
Mhm.
12:30 at night. I
Yep.
was driving dangerous. Like I was just watching glued to it. I wasn't even looking at the road. I'm not lying at all. But who cares? All the cops are busy oppressing people, so they're not gonna pull me over for while being on my phone while I'm driving, right? Uh, it was so crazy. I watched that literally when there was like 20 people watching, and until I saw almost like 1,000 people. The whole world watched you guys,
Yes,
and it was so good.
the whole world. And that's what's crazy is yesterday was supposed to be a day off. But this I mean it was like this just goes to show there's never a day where there isn't oppression going on. There's never a day. And Josie was already on her way over here. And I was just on the phone with my aunt talking about how, Oregon and Bend is a sanctuary state and this is a sanctuary city. And, you know, because I have family members that are Hispanic and are a part of DACA. And we were talking about that. And, she was telling me some incidents within her family that have been going on. And as soon as I get off the phone, literally, as soon as I got off the phone, I got on Facebook and immediately just see ICE is in Bend, ICE is in Bend. The Latina community needs to stay inside, ICE is in Bend. As soon as I got off the phone, Josie immediately calls me because one of the peacekeepers, Luke, was out there and
Luke,
he was going live. And when I tell you there was probably maybe like 10 people out there, Josie says we got to go
I've
out there.
seen it.
We got to go out there. We get out there maybe about an hour or so, after that, because we were waiting for everybody to come to the house, watch our kids. Like, wasn't expecting this at all. So we get some people to come and watch the kids and our babysitter, and then we leave. Probably about 20, 30 people out there about that time. We go out there with our signs, immediately get in front of the truck, because that's where Luke was at, or in front of the bus, and we just stand there. And then we look over and we see the family members of the man who was inside the bus talking to him through the bus and just crying. And it broke me to pieces. Like, this is America. This is what we're doing, is splitting these families apart. And then you had the cops in the back just laughing, smiling, doing their typical cop shit. And
Hey, check this out. If I get 10 people right now to type "We love Luke," I bet we can manifest Luke. I bet we can. I bet we can do some magic. If I get 10 people
absolutely.
right now to type "We love Luke," I bet we could get Luke. Just like, remember on the Flintstones, they would call Great Gazoo. They'd be like, "Gazoo," and he'd show. He'd be like, "Oh, hey, dum dums." That dude. Hey, I'm not gonna make him wait. I'm not gonna make you wait. I already know the whole world loves Luke.
Luke.
Oh, Luke.
Hey, how's it going?
Bro. You're like Braveheart right now.
Yo, I don't even know, man. There was an issue. I saw an issue. There was a bus that was trying to leave. I got in the way of the bus. They came probably like 4 or 5 inches from hitting me, but it's a bus. Yeah, what? They're not gonna leave. They had people.
Were they gonna drive into you?
It looked like it, but they
At
stopped.
first? It was
Yeah.
the lady, right? Was it just a lady?
Yeah, it
Like,
was a
you know
lady in
what?
the first one.
I feel like the best thing we could do is let you go back all the way up. It's just a normal, beautiful day, Luke. But you
Yeah.
had heard that there is ice in Bend, right? So you were on alert. You
Yeah,
already knew, right? Okay. Hey, pick it up from there, player. I'm gonna just let you talk.
yeah. I saw.
Oh, hey, turn your phone sideways.
Oh yeah, hang on.
There you
bet.
go. Oh man, yeah, now you're great.
So I saw a Facebook post saying that ICE was getting some people in town or starting to look for people in town. So I messaged the person and asked where. They sent me a video of the parking lot that they were in, which is across the street from a place that I used to work at. So before they even built that building, I recognized that parking lot. So I just rushed over there, just turned on my video so everybody could see what was going on, to show that it was real, and that ICE was there and doing something, and that they may have had people. I didn't know they had people until one of the family members came up and told me that. But as soon as that happened, I just started trying to get the agents on video. We ended up getting a badge number from one of them, and the bus just started trying to leave because they knew that there's clearly going to be some sort of issue here. So I just stepped in front of the bus and just stood my ground.
Hey, you're a big dude, though.
Yeah.
You're a big dude. So if somebody just looked at you, they wouldn't know what a huge heart you are or how much you love your mom.
Yeah. I had to end my live stream a couple times because my mom's on vacation and she wanted to make sure nothing was happening to me. So I'm not going to make her worry about that.
Man, do you know something? I didn't even know who you were. I was jumping around trying to find. I mean, I saw that you were in front of the van, so I knew you were one guy. But then I was watching a live stream that was also you, and I thought it was a second guy. And so I thought that the guy that was blocking the van was this big, brave, bold, awesome superhero person. And then juxtapose that with the sensitive, thoughtful person who really cared. And I would never believe that you could put both of those people in the same body. So, man, seriously, whoops, dropped you there. I was trying to isolate you. So that's crazy, man, because you're not mean, right?
What was that?
I said, you're a really nice person, but to that driver, they're probably like, oh shit, who is this big ass dude?
Yeah, she was definitely a smaller person, and she definitely got pretty overwhelmed by everything that happened really quick. You could see it in her eyes.
Absolutely.
Okay, hey, I'm gonna add the president of Antifa to the show.
Oh gosh, Mallory.
Jessie, you're gonna get me in so much trouble.
Yo, so Mallory, you were there yesterday too, right?
Yeah.
Just hang out. For those who don't know, this is the infamous Mallory Becker, who everybody wants to know who is Mallory Becker. So Mallory, just hang out. We're letting Luke finish telling us what happened yesterday.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So Luke, please finish. Tell us what. And you guys can interject if you see that Luke missed something. Just tell us what happened. I'll stay out of the way. You guys don't even need me on this show. Look, I'll just do this.
Yeah. So basically, what happened after I stood in front of the bus, I saw my live feed had spiked up to like 1,500 people, something like that. So I had a feeling we were going to start seeing more people show up just based off of how frequently I was saying where we were. It's a pretty recognizable area, so you can't miss it. So I was just hoping that at least 10 or 20 people showed up so they wouldn't just immediately arrest me for standing in the way on private property. But just so many people just showed up. And then I tried to find the number for the people that own the building and the property, and somebody eventually found it. I'm not sure who actually owns the building still, but we talked to at least 5 or 6 different people that said we could be on that property, and the Bed PD said that they talked to somebody and said that we couldn't. So there wasn't really anything that anybody could do about that either way. So just by the fact that we had sheer numbers and we were just 100% peaceful, they had no reason to come in and do anything to us. And just obviously, District Attorney Hummel showed up and he did some interviews and talked to some people, and some people gave him some pretty serious heat just because they thought it was a performative stunt. But you can see the heat he's taken from Fox today. The former ICE boss is saying he's got to resign now because he decided to show up for his community like that. And I don't know. I've never seen a politician show up that hard for their community and stay that late into something that got that serious. So I think that was a pretty cool move on his part. And there's definitely something going on, though, that needs to be investigated. There's no way that nobody knew that was happening, because that was a lot of people.
So here's how I was able to help a little bit. As soon as as soon as you guys brought the live stream up to the dash of that truck, I took a screenshot of the parking pass, and then I called that hotel and talked to the desk clerk and was like, "Yo, homie, what's the deal with the ice truck in the parking lot? How did they get a parking pass?" And he was like, "Well, they must have been guests here." And and so then I was like, "Well, you just let ICE vans roll up as guests?" And he says, "We just give them the parking pass. We don't check what their vehicle is, right?" Which is whatever. But the fact is, the ICE was staying in a hotel in Bend, waiting for what? With two big ass vans. With where did all those troops come from? How is all this stuff ready? Brand new police chief. What's going on in Bend? Why was the Prineville police there? Did the Homeland Security take over the Central Oregon police departments like they did in Portland? Where in Portland they had their badges had new numbers on them because they were reclassified under the federal jurisdiction. What the hell is going on in Bend? And while I'm at it, shout out to Ben for representing Central Oregon is in the house. Hey, we thought y'all were soft asses. Y'all came hard.
No, I totally, before yesterday, I would have said that Bend, Oregon was turning into soft asses because a lot of people haven't shown up a lot recently. And I mean, it's fine. People got lives, but there are major things that are happening, and Black Lives Matter is still a thing. It's still, we're there to back every community that we can possibly back because we understand how disenfranchised these communities have been throughout history. So at this point, everybody needs to stand together so we can push forward for everybody. We need to get ICE out of here. We need to make Black lives actually matter in this country. We need to get children out of sex trafficking rings. We need to do all of these things.
Where's the intersectionality? Where's the crossroads that all of those problems intersect?
Well, you got three of us right here. We can be the crossroads. We all want the same things.
No, I'm saying those different problems that we have. The devaluing of Black lives, the devaluing of our children, the devaluing of our rights. You guys, is there a solution? Are you backing candidates? I mean, where it sucks to just put out fires and play whack-a-mole and rely on the community to figure out what parking lot ICE is popping up in, right?
Yeah.
So we have to work up the ladder. Like, well, how did the Prineville Police Department end up in Bend yesterday?
We don't know.
I
Yeah,
would love
no
to
idea.
say next time when we have our protest this Saturday in Prineville, Ben PD better show up. That's on period. Like, if Prineville wants to show up to just be tacky when they have no jurisdiction here whatsoever, just to show whose horse is bigger, like, Ben PD better show up in Prineville. That's all I got to say, because they have no reason to be here. And this just goes to show again how tacky Prineville is. Like, you have no business in Bend. You keep telling us to get out of your city when we come from Bend to
Well,
Prineville. But they have the audacity.
So what probably happens is that they probably have some interjurisdictional agreement that they provide manpower, overlapping manpower for each other. Portland, Multnomah County used to have that with Clackamas County and Washington County and Clark County until the city hall said, we're not going to pay your legal fees anymore if you beat up protesters. And they're like, well, then we're not going to help. Because that's why we show up, to beat up protesters. So there's probably an interagency agreement that they all work together. But now you guys are facing the big boys. Like, remember last week when
And that's
Prineville
just the
Police
thing.
Department was the big boys? Now you have the Portland cop becoming your new police chief. That's this week, right? That just started this week. Now you have SWAT teams there. Now you have a huge response from some kind of uniformed government troops in green fatigues. You guys are major now.
And that's just it. Mike Krantz has been in office for 4 days now. And how ironic that all this is going on once he comes here from Portland, and that's one of the things we were speaking at the protest that we had yesterday was we have always remained peaceful. It has never been like this. We have never antagonized. We have never started fights. We don't assault people. We don't throw things and do all that. But then how ironic that this man who comes from Portland, who said that Bend is nothing like Portland and the things that we speak on is irrelevant here. So then why is there a need to bring SWAT in? Why is there a need to bring feds in? Why? Why is there a need to bring in other, city police departments? Why? If we're nothing like Portland and the issues that we speak on have no relevance whatsoever here, why did you feel the need, Mike Krantz, to come and bring all that here? Like this man has literally showed his face. And not to mention, this man came to the protest that happened 10 hours after it had already started. He got there about 10 o'clock and got up there and spoke and said, I appreciate you all for being here, using your First Amendment rights, and I support you. But once the feds get here, I can't do anything about it. And just to let you know, Bend PD is not working with ICE.
Yeah, okay.
So then how'd they get here?
Yeah.
Why are you over there standing there protecting them then? If you're not working with them, how did they know who to target and who to go get? Walking home from work, going to a restaurant where one of the men worked, going to another person's home. How do they know that?
Yeah, can you tell us the
you're not
story
working-
about the men? Can you tell us about the men without revealing anything that might compromise them, of course? But for most of the day, in fact, I went to bed thinking that ICE had a warrant.
No, they did not.
It wasn't until this morning that I woke up and found out that they didn't have a warrant, and man, I was hot.
No
I was
warrant.
hot. That's not a way to start a day. God, this world
didn't
drains
These
me.
are
themselves.
men who have lived in our community for 10 years. Good citizens who work and put money into our
fires.
infrastructure and our economy. They're citizens of this community, and there was no reason to take them the way that they did. Period.
And they tried to use the excuse that it was a criminal investigation and that's why they were taking them. Okay, but for most of us that know how the crime scene works or all the law stuff works, if you've done something criminal, you get arrested by the city. Then you go sit in the county jail. Then you go to you get prosecuted. Then they can detain you with ICE. If this was if somebody committed a crime, you don't bring an ICE bus to come and pick them up. And that's what they kept trying to say was, these people they did this and they did that. One of the persons has never had any criminal record whatsoever. So that's a lie. And again, if they did do something illegal, this is not the way to handle it. So
due process, man.
It's a due process. So once again, you're literally telling on yourself, ICE. You're literally telling on yourself, Bend PD. Like, you are obviously working with them, which is completely against everything Oregon's supposed to represent, considering that this was committed to be a sanctuary state. This is also, this is supposed to be a sanctuary city. And I kept saying it last night. All you're doing now is making it a trap state. You're telling people and inviting them here, saying, hey, you're safe here. We want you here. And then you send ICE here. And not to mention, the predominant people of color that live in Bend, in Central Oregon, are Native Americans and Hispanics. So it's easy target to just come roll up in here.
Let's make sure that we're very clear that what happened yesterday is not rare. That ICE has been targeting these communities for years. ICE has been targeting these communities pretty much since the president gave them all kinds of extra constitutional powers. Bend isn't even within 100 miles of a border, though.
No.
We're literally like in the middle of Oregon. like any excuse at this point they want to try to throw out, it's just going to be ignorant and dumb. And to see them attack John Hummel for, like Luke said, being a part of his community, which isn't that what they're about? Isn't that what they're supposed to be? But I'm sorry, when they don't agree with your politics, now they need to resign. But we've been saying that about people's president, the 45th right now. We don't agree with his, so why isn't he resigning?
It probably feels pretty weird to give support to a district attorney who has chosen to purposely be the enemy of the people And now he's trying to be the good guy of the people. So I would just warn you guys to be hesitant of embracing somebody
Oh
that's
yeah.
on a
Yeah,
platform.
absolutely.
Last night I really didn't think that the troops were going to hurt you guys. I've seen enough instances of ICE just letting people go. But what they did last night was that they purposely radicalized the whole city. Overnight, they radicalized an entire region of people that were glued to their live streams that had no idea that this could happen in Bend.
And Ben,
And now everybody in Central Oregon is waking up to a new reality. And I heard it in your voice last night, Luke, late last night when you did your last stream. And I know that heartbreak that you feel because the revolution isn't won in a day. And I cried with you, man. I legit cried with you. It's endless. It's exhausting. It's never ending. I know I already said endless and never ending, so that was a little bit extra. I just wanted to add, but really, welcome to Bend. Now they're everywhere. Now they're gonna have troops in Prineville now.
I can't wait
There's
for
no way they're
Prime.
not. The numbers in Prineville are gonna be huge though now. All
Bring
those
it
people,
on. Bring it
We
all
are
those
on.
people.
we are Josie
We're not.
Stanfield,
Yeah,
and
we're
she
not.
I'm
deserves
Joseph
justice.
Stanfield. Oh
We
man,
are
let me
Josie
see.
Stanfield, and she deserves the same amount of fight for what she's going through with what Ben did last night. And if we can do that last night, then I want to see that same amount of energy in Prineville this Saturday at 4, because that is a fight that we are all still fighting.
Man. It's gonna be crazy. Are you guys going to bring gas masks? Are you guys going to bring stuff?
We had that last night. We stay strapped.
I mean, you have to though, right?
Yeah.
But how about the optics of showing up? How about the optics of showing up with riot looking gear?
Well, we've already gotten the threats, and I'm sure Luke can fill you in on it too. We've already gotten the threats that they're going to stop us. We've already gotten the threats that they're going to be there. They're going to make sure that they come prepared because of us assaulting and harassing one of theirs, which it was the other way around. But you know how that goes. They've
Oh,
already
you mean
made.
the bad guys?
Yeah, you know how they do. It's always poor pity them. They have made
Plus
it
they're
very.
copycats.
They've made
Why
it
do they
very.
always diss good activism and then copy it with bad activism and bad execution?
It's the $1 million question, Jesse.
God, they're such biters, man. Unoriginal pieces of shit. If they're the slightest bit original, I'd be like, okay, maybe. But man, all they do is copy. Okay, let me let you guys get out of here. I know you have a whole community that is looking for your leadership right now. I can't even tell you guys how proud I am of you guys, Luke, especially you. I didn't even know you yesterday, and you're one of my favorite people. And I know a lot of really good people, and you're immediately at the top of the list. The duality that you showed yesterday, the sensitivity that you showed while still being so brave. Because remember, being brave doesn't mean that you're not afraid. Being brave means that you're afraid, and you still went and did it. And man, hey, bro, really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And like I said, I'll go ahead and do that again today if that's what needs to happen today. So
Hey,
it's never
I'll go
ending.
ahead. I'll go ahead and put you back on the show then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, also, there's a press conference that's going to be going on worldwide in Mexico and across the nation at 1 o'clock today in the same parking lot. So anybody that can come down and support, that'd be great. Obviously, tune in. I'll see if I can get a live going so more people can tune in. We'll see what we can do.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Valerie, Kirsten, Arias. You guys already know.
Bye.
Damn. That was hardcore. Man, that was hardcore. Hi, Rachel. Okay, sorry. You know what? We're actually just a couple minutes behind schedule. I really need to take a pipe hit before I take my bong hit. Hold on. Okay. All right, let me put my thing back up now. I took the little, watch this. Alakazam! Boosh. It didn't work as good with Ashanti's thing. All right, let's try it again. Hold on. Alakazam! Boom. I did it. All right. So, hey, yeah, look, you guys. So right now, let's just take a moment. Man, those poor families. Let me say it again. This is not a new phenomenon. I know it's a new thing for the activist community, maybe, to be getting snatched up in vans. And I know it might be new to some people who haven't been following the plight of the undocumented community in this country. But it's been happening, man. And let me remind you, there are kids in cages right now. And guess what? If I told you the other day that I would vote for a jalapeno sandwich, even though I'm allergic to jalapeno sandwiches and it gives me violent diarrhea and projectile vomiting, but if I told you that I would vote for me eating a jalapeno sandwich over the president, then I hope that you can plug your nose and vote for Joe Biden. I'm just going to tell you that real quick. All right, look, normally I would have a sponsor for this kind of thing, but right now, whatever. I don't have to sell this show right now, right? I'm not propelled by money. Yo, if you want to throw some money to ozone503 at Gmail on PayPal or Cash App or whatever. I am trying to get to DC, but I'd like to be able to, like, I don't know, work it out without having to fundraise. Because I'll get to DC regardless. I ain't worried about that. But, yo, y'all want to throw some money a player's way, I ain't mad about that. Okay, so since I control my own reality and I don't need to sell out for a paycheck, today's bong hit is brought to you by anteaters. That's right, freaking anteaters. Kids, are you looking for a healthy, environmentally friendly way that you can remediate pests in your house and yard? Do you hate ticks, termites, fleas, potato bugs, and centipedes? But I know what you're thinking, Jessie, what about giant centipedes? And I'm like, son of a bitch, get a giant anteater then. Brought to you by God. Also brought to you by God, makers of Jesus and other fine messiahs, is this wonderful canyon right here. This is one of my favorite places in all of Oregon. I think it's just incredibly beautiful. And why I know it sounds silly to you guys, but the reason that this is so beautiful to me is because it started with just a little canyon creek, and then they put a dam at the end of it. And I often associate drops of water with individual souls, right? And I correlate the water cycle that we live in as the journey of the soul, as it goes from a drop of dew, which is raked from a pine needle or a leaf or a branch, and it trickles down, and that drop hits another drop, and they become a drip. And then the drip becomes a little trickle, and a trickle becomes a crickle, and a crickle becomes a crick, and a crick becomes a creek, and a creek becomes a stream, and a stream becomes a river, or maybe a brook, and then a river becomes Cove Palisades. I still don't think we should have dams, but we can have metaphorical dams. Right? Oh, man. What? No way. Somebody really just saw a commercial for the anteater the other day in California. See, people always bite my shit. I had that anteater endorsement before anybody. Okay, look, all I want to know right now, party people, is what are you smoking on? Tell me. What are you smoking on? I'm smoking on some pot that I gave to Karen, and then I gave it to her like weeks ago, and then I seen her, and I was like, hey, remember that pot I gave you? I know you still have it because you don't smoke that much. So actually, she doesn't smoke at all. So, but I just, whenever I have extra, I'll just give it to her for like the kids or whatever. Anyways. Yes, I did say crickle. A trickle becomes a crickle. A crickle is a hybrid word. It's at the confluence of two other words. Okay. Somebody's smoking some Blood Walker, some Blue Dream. Oh, that's Morgan. Good morning, Morgan. Finna smoking the lemonade. Marty's got the snow leopard still. Grinding out that big bag. Morgan got the forbidden fruit. Erica got the Ruba flower. The Pop-Tarts cartridge still. Ashanti got those second clear dash from yesterday. Man, Ashanti went through an old treasure chest yesterday. I got some shit. I don't know if it's gold or fool's gold. Sunday driver with with my new look. A Seahorse Pro Nectar Collector. That's dope looking. What else we got? My man Lonnie got the number 9 hammer cart. Danny got the smoking sunset sherbet Sunday driver dabs. It's sugar. Man, if that's not an Outkast lyric, I don't even know. Over in Central Oregon, Stand Up and Fight Back.bigcartel.com is smoking the purple Afghan Kush. And everybody wants to know. Lonnie's on YouTube. Look, Lonnie's on YouTube. You can see he got the red. Oh, why is Ashanti not on YouTube? I know. I don't understand. People like to watch it on Facebook still. We're trying to move off of what? DJ Wheels is smoking a joint. Look, now would be a really good time for somebody to get diction on this show. I need the freaking ground. I need some Palo Santo. I need Palo money. Oh, man. Okay, let me hit this real quick. Man. New message. I'm trying to hit up the man. I mean the man. You guys don't even know. I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. This stuff that we're okay, look, I gotta. The people are just screaming for diction. Okay, so let me just hit this. Brought to you by Anteaters. I know I am camping. All right. Hey, remember, if you got kids sitting around, bring them closer to the TV so they can grow up learning how to take a proper bong hit, not like their sucker-ass parents. What? Okay, then. Fucking so clogged. This is gonna literally kill me on national television. Hold up. Good thing I got my little. Hey, y'all ever see my keys? Oh, these are my house sitting keys. That's a fob. Hold up. Damn, I might be in trouble. I might have picked the wrong bong. All right, hold on. No, we're good. Baby. Oh, fuck. Sorry, church kids. But honestly, church kids, if you made it through that far, oh my gosh. If you made it that far into the show, holy smokes. Cheers, Daddy. Oh. Wow. Okay. Enough of that. We are supposed to get into the news. So, let's do it like this. News.google. So this is the part where I'm supposed to say, this is my news, not your news. That's a fabulous question, Marty. Am I okay? Holy shit. Okay, look, we're going to go into my news, not your news, real quick. Brought to me by Google Aggregate. So there should be less bullshit, even though I can't say it'll be no bullshit. So the president says he opposes. Look, my goal is to just give you the headlines and not spend more than 10 minutes talking about any of it. Dig? Okay. Bum, 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 bum. The press conference, I think he said, was at 1 o'clock. Oh man, shots fired. Shots fired on the church kids. Uh-oh. I hope the church kids fire back. I hope the show just turns into a comment rap battle between Fenda and the church kids. And then I'll just referee it. I want a clean fight. No comments below the belt. Both of you, give each other a slight hug. Go back to your corners. Oh. Shout out to the church kids. Hey, church kids have been church kids have honestly been some of the kindest people that I've ever known. I don't know. I don't think you can really judge a person by their religion at all. Like seriously, people are just, they change up too. Anyways, let's keep it moving. Trump says he opposes funding the United States Postal Service because of mail-in voting. Oh, dear Lord, this man can't even keep a secret. He's literally the scientist that goes, I will kill you in 5 minutes, and the only way to stop me is to throw your belt buckle across this thing and jam up the gears to my magnificent machine. And then it gets done. Okay. Yes. Let's all join in together on something we can agree on. Boom. Okay. Financial disclosures reveal Postmaster General's business entanglements and likely conflicts of interest, experts say. Do you think no, duh? The dude literally, conservatives are trying to destroy the U.S. Postal Service. Instead, we should expand it. That's from The Guardian. And the New Yorker's headline says, Trump's attack on the Postal Service is a threat to democracy and to rural America. You got to remember the problems that we face in the city and our privilege to not care about the Postal Service is okay. It's not okay. What did I mean to say by that? That the attacks on the Postal Service are okay because it doesn't really reflect our monkey sphere of problems that we can address living in the city, right? Okay, so you've got to consider rural America because you're not going to get UPS or FedEx to drive a package out to an old woman or that is homebodied or an old man that is stuck in his domicile. People like that rely on the Postal Service immensely for their checks. I know, get direct deposit. It's the future. Don't hold on to a past because Don't hold on to a past because it's a dying way. Well, check this out, man. Slow your fucking roll for a sec, G, because and nobody said that to me. I'm not like responding to a comment, so I don't go looking for somebody that told me that the USPS is old. I just know the thinking, right? It's time to move on. That old woman shouldn't be waiting for a Social Security check. That old woman shouldn't be waiting for her stimulus check. That old woman shouldn't be waiting for her retirement check, right? But that's the way she does life. And her way of life is echoed by a lot of other people in this country, you know? And it's funny, the people that talk about preserving the Electoral College are the ones that are okay with dismantling the Postal Service, right? Do you see where the contradictory messages get so frustrating? Like the same people who want these rural states to have a voice through the Electoral College are the same ones that want to take away their voice by defunding the Postal Service. America absolutely needs the Postal Service, even if Kevin Costner did not show that to us a long ass time ago in that movie called The Postman, how important the Postal Service is going to be at the end of days when America and the world is trying to recover from whatever mess we've gotten ourselves into this time, right? Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to spend a lot of time on an individual point, but I feel like that part is important to make sure that we understand that the Republicans have been attacking this for a long time, long before Donald Trump came. Congress asked the Postal Service to pay for its retirement and its pensions in advance, even though nobody else does this. All the way back when Obama was the president. This isn't like a Donald Trump thing. It's just a bad guy thing. In general, right? And so when people say move to the future, it's a slow transition, man. You know, the technological gap. You know, there's still kids in America that don't even have access to Wi-Fi, right? That's one of these big problems with homeschool. Why they're telling people that they have to go to school during the pandemic, which is absolutely insane. This morning on my drive to work, I listened to CNN for about 20 minutes while I was driving to Flight Lounge so we could do the show. And there's schools in Georgia that are under quarantine. And they didn't elaborate, and I haven't had a chance to check, so maybe somebody could educate me this morning. What does that mean that they have whole schools that are in quarantine? Does that mean those kids don't get to leave those schools now? That those kids that don't poop at school now have to figure out a way to poop at school? That those people are eating school lunches and school quality meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What does that mean? What is schools are quarantined? What does the sentence 500 kids are quarantined at a Georgia school mean? Somebody let me know if you know. I'm gonna keep it moving. Hey, this is Israel and the United Arab Emirates to strike historic deal to normalize relations. So this is a weird one. This is hold on. Boom. I lost it. Open it into a new window. Kendra, thank you. So the kids go home and then their whole family has to quarantine now for 14 days. So the kids just go to school to get infected to come home, and now does the whole family have to quarantine? I'd like to know. I'll try to figure it out later. Hopefully somebody will do all that work for me. Look how weird is this? So, wow. Look at that headline. Blam. This is so weird though. I'm not gonna do it this way. Let's just go to my Twitter. It's 11 o'clock. Hopefully Diction will come in. Man, why are we not talking to DJ Wheels every morning is the real question. Hold on, explain. I was gonna say if friends of children are there, but yes, their children are held for a period of time until the agency responsible for the order decides. Yeah, so what by law, if they return the children, the whole house and family, even the block can quarantine. What is going on? If they're at home in quarantine, the school is closed down. Okay, we'll get to the bottom of this. If we don't get to the bottom of it today, got the good background for you. That's more better, right, Miss Dunn? You can't just come in and just say yes. I mean, you can't, obviously, because you just did. Regarding Georgia schools, I'm only finding information from news sources such as with broad info, not seeing any independent news sources. Yeah, I need to figure out. Thank you for that, by the way, Nash person. I need to figure out what the hell is going on in Georgia. What does it mean? CNN just gives you sound bites and what they want you to hear from a story. CNN is barely better than Fox, but yes, we should definitely be talking to Wheels every morning. All he does is come in to ask for Diction. It's like, man, people love you as much as they love Diction. Shit, they love Jen and Eric as much as they love. Well, no. People like you a lot, though, Eric. But man, Wheels and Diction, though, people do really like you a lot. And all three of you are far finer people than me. So it's an honor. Anyways, man, anybody can, anybody that I've known at least 15 years can come on my show anytime. Sorry. I only got, oh God, that was harsh. Oh, I really need a new pipe. Oh, God damn. Oh, sorry, baby Jesus' dad. Not Joseph, other one. Well, Joseph too, whatever. Anyways, let's just go to my Twitter real quick, and then we'll see who we can get to come on. Because Twitter's going to be fire, y'all. Twitter is about to be crazy. I tell you, this whole world doesn't even exist if you just sit in DJ Wheels' backyard. It does not even exist at all. Let's do that. Let's boom, people got hurt last night in downtown Portland. It's crazy, man. It's so crazy down there. Man. All right, let's I'm not gonna try to spend more than 5 seconds. I'll read a tweet, I'll make a comment, I might just scroll right past the tweet, and that's how we're gonna do it today. Let's go. Boom, there's an ad for something on Showtime that looks like it's gonna clown on the president, so I love it. Interesting choice for the Dems after a historic month-long uprising against police to invite Muslims surveilling, stop and frisk, supporting billionaire police booster Michael Bloomberg. Well, what is Michael Bloomberg doing around here? That dude is dirty. I hate that dude. Like, really, I do. Shit. Yeah, that's what I thought. They invited Mike Bloomberg to speak at next week's Democratic National Convention. I'll tell you why. Because that dude's got some cold ass burns on the president. That dude has some burns that he's been saving up to use against the president because he didn't make it far enough into the battle. Let me tell you something. It's a lot like being in a rap battle, right? You have to take your punchline, so you're about to, look, this is, man, what did I already say? What are we talking about, right? Okay, so here's the thing, man. You're rap battling. You show up, you got about 5 or 6 good punchlines that you can go to. So you got to figure out, okay, which ones do I want to make sure gets me out of the first round? and which ones do I save for when I get to the finals? Because it's sometimes it doesn't matter how dope of an MC you are. You might get eliminated in the first round. I've seen it time, man. What are you gonna do? 2 dope MCs in the first round? Somebody's got to get eliminated. That means a dope MC gets eliminated. So there's no guarantees that you'll ever advance past the first round. Shit. One time I lost to Larissa Birdseye. She didn't even rap. She just sung. And my raps were so dope, too. People didn't even care. Sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. So anyways, that's what happened to Mike Bloomberg. He has some really dope lines in the beginning. People were like, "Ooh, shit, go Bloomberg, go Bloomberg." Even Mike Bloomberg didn't resort to doing a Loretta Smith, though, and saying, when I say Loretta, y'all say Smith. Even Kanye didn't do that one. Anyways, Hulk Hogan didn't even do that one. Shout out to Loretta Smith for being the only person I ever know that shouted out herself and made the crowd shout back. Okay, look, so sometimes you lose in the beginning of a rap battle, especially one full of talented MCs. So Bloomberg still got some dope ass lyrics that he's been saving up. So that's why they're bringing him. Oh, here's your reminder from Elizabeth Warren, though. Breonna Taylor was shot to death by police in her own home 5 months ago today. All of the officers have walked free. We must demand justice for Breonna Taylor. We must keep fighting for the Justice in Policing Act to protect Black lives and end police brutality. Man, why isn't Elizabeth Warren just wilding out on that, man? Why isn't everybody wilding out? Look, here's the only person that wiles out, and this is literally the most irrelevant freaking journalist I've ever met in my life. Victoria Taft. Holy shit. She's on one though right now. Man, I can't believe they just gave all these people. Look, Victoria Taft has man. Oh, Jared Kushner says Kanye's been a friend of mine for about 10 years. That makes perfect sense. Man. Damn, dude. I think it's really cool that we live in a world where we can capture images. It's so powerful. We haven't been able to do that for most of the existence of humans on this planet, right? I'm guessing Leonardo da Vinci was probably the first person to figure out how to capture light and use it to create a negative image for a photograph or some shit, right? But I'm sure the Egyptians probably did it before, and I'm sure the Atlanteans did it before. But if you look at most evidence of communication on this planet, throughout the historicals of this planet, most of what you get is whoa, no way, Morgan. I'm not going to put that comment up, but that National Geographic comment is crazy. I don't even know what that means. National Geographic's pieces of shit nowadays, though, by the way. But getting back to it, you have to think how many thousands of years humanity just if they wanted to capture an image or if they wanted to convey an idea, they had to just chisel it or draw it on a wall or some shit, right? All right. So, anyways, sorry, I just got my Bend interview is already my Bend interview's already got Bend people agitated. Yo, man, look, my job is just to keep it real and push. So, you know, this is one reason. This screw face right here, but boom, that where she went sideways right there. Yo, that lady is gonna be in Trump's. That woman, I'm sorry, no disrespect by calling her a lady. Look at Cory Booker though; he looks like a tool when he tries to do it. He goes, okay, but she's like, all right. Look, she looked like she's about to rap battle. I think that's why they brought Kamala Harris back into the and forgive me sometimes if I get her name wrong, because Kamala, the Ugandan giant, was in my brain for a long time. That's gonna be a hard one. Well, that's so dope. I wish that was real, but I know that it's not because I have the same font on my I have the same font on my meme generator too, so I know it's not real. Okay. Donald Trump is committing crimes. Ooh, that's cold. That's cold. That's old and that's cold. Look. Too bad. We will miss you, Kamala. Don't worry, Mr. President. I'll see you at your trial. So listen, I'm going to say this because I say this a lot, but I need to make sure that you guys understand this. They asked Robert Mueller. They said, Robert Mueller, what are the findings of the Mueller report? He said, well, you can't indict a sitting president. And that the scope of my report was limited to investigating Russian collusion. But everything else that Robert Mueller found out was given to the Southern District of New York, which is who Rudy Giuliani cut his teeth as far as becoming a famous person, right? Before he became the mayor, before he became the weirdo, before he became the international bumbling secret agent / bumbling spy that was the go-between and liaison between Putin, the Ukrainians, and Donald Trump, while working for free for the President of the United States as his lawyer to dig up dirt on Joe Biden when Joe Biden was a candidate and a former vice president. When Donald Trump leaves office, see where I'm going with this? So let's change this to if Donald Trump leaves office. Okay, well, let's take that to the next logical step. Why in the world would Donald Trump ever leave office? You'll go to prison. Both your sons and your daughter will go to prison. The vice president will go to prison. Rudy Giuliani will go to prison. Michael Cohen will go back to prison. Who's that other dude they just let out? That dude will go back to prison. The real bad guy who they just let out. I can't even think of his name. All right, I'm giving Diction 10 more minutes. And then Okay, look, sorry. I was nerding out for a second. Let's do this way. All right, let's go back. Let's run about 10 more minutes. We'll wait for Diction, see if he wraps up his errands. Trump no longer hides his attacks on the rule of law. The GOP Senate gave him free rein to rule as he pleases when they refused to remove Trump after he was impeached. Man, that's real. It's all really real right now, man. It's all really real. Man, we haven't even talked about what happened last night in Portland yet. Another crazy night. My man Mike Fox got the biggest boosh. What's the name of that boxer that got that one time, man? I can't even remember. All right, let's keep cruising, man. Same guy that said he could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot someone and still get elected has now admitted to sabotaging the Postal Service to stop voting by mail. I don't even know what this one means. We're just going to ride this for a sec. Bloom, bloom, bloom. Bloom, 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 bloom. Bloom, bloom, bloom. Oh, man. We got to prosecute Barr, prosecute Kushner. Man, all these people. This is what Trump said on Fox. Now they need that money in order to make the post office work so it can take all of these millions and millions of ballots. But if they don't get those two items, that means you can't have universal mail-in voting. So he's not going to give, man. You know what? The post office is just going to have to just use their stimulus checks and just take one for America on this one, maybe, because they're going to have to work for free or whatever, man. Hey, being in the post office is a pretty good job. You should have some money saved you can live on and go a couple weeks to get these ballots in and out, right? It's all done in a couple weeks. Just do it. Pay for your own gas. Show up for work for free. It's got to be done. It's got to be done, man. But here's the problem is it would have to be done and spearheaded by a benevolent, dynamic postmaster general, which Donald Trump appointed exactly the opposite. He appointed somebody who has direct financial competitive ties with the post office as an institution. Yep, that's it again. If you want to see it retyped in a different color. Trump saying clearly on Fox. Now they need that money in order to make the post office work so it can take all these millions and millions of ballots. But if they don't get those two items, that means you can't have universal mail-in voting. Boom. Whoa. This dude looks like the Grinch. Yeah, I mean, one. Jabba the Hutt. Do-do-do-do. Your lips look like a butt. You might just be an asshole, but your lips look like a butthole, Mr. Trump. I wouldn't live stream you with a 39.5-foot pole. You're a foul one, Mr. Trump. Your family doesn't even like you. Sometimes you get tagged on Facebook posts for Jabba the Hutt. You know, like Kid Cry gets That kid Cry gets Kid Cry gets tagged in all of the people with glasses posts. Oh, this would be so dope. Oh, that would be so dope. Don't take a minute to load just for that picture. We'll skip it. You can imagine what the top of that looks like. Oh, you know what? That's why I've been stuck in one person's fucking Twitter feed since that photo. Okay. Damn it. Well, that was a good one. We just went through the whole Twitter timeline of somebody that really dislikes the president. Not mad about that. Here we go. Negotiators are miles apart on COVID funding with little hope for a deal until September. Nancy Pelosi counts the number of people that stopped that van yesterday. I don't know. I should have had a joke right there, but I didn't. You know, I did actually have like 5 jokes, but I wasn't going to insult Nancy Pelosi when I'm trying to give her good energy to go fight the president, right? I'm not going to tear her down. Was told by a source the PPB officers have been told if a protester is wearing a gas mask to pull it to the side before pepper spraying their face. And then the next question from Brandon Pape is, whoa, that's crazy. I don't even know what that is. It looks like, what is going on? I can't stand those two dudes. Do they even play together anymore? Man, I got to get rid of some of these sports Twitters that I follow. They're really a waste of my time. Oh, there we go. There's Brandon Pape. Why isn't Kate Brown publicly condemning PPB's violent response from last night? Portland State University has announced a plan to disarm its campus police in the fall. It's a change that students, faculty, and community members have requested for years. That is huge. That's from Alex Zelinsky. Thank you. Follow Alex Zelinsky. She does good work. Oh my gosh, do you know what happened yesterday? Hold on. This is what made me think of it. AOC was a poor student. This is not even a smart person, other than she got a good line of stuff. I mean, she goes out and she yaps. While the president says, I built the greatest economy in history. God, that guy is a buffoon. But this gives me an opportunity to tell you guys the story from yesterday when on a friend I saw a tweet where Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was going through her brain work before she was about to give a speech, which I understand because I've given a lot of speeches, right? And you're running through it in your head and you got your points you don't want to miss. And some people that are better speakers than me even have little mnemonics. So they can remember what they're trying to talk about. I mostly never do that. I usually just freestyle my speeches. I usually just hear me, good citizens. But I stopped saying citizens because not everybody that I'm speaking to is a citizen. So members of the community is much better. I was just being silly. Okay, let me get back on track. Let me see. Sorry. Let me get back on track. What I was going to say was AOC had a tweet about remembering something that she had, right? And all of a sudden this lady jumped in. Oh, this is going to be a hard one to tell, man. So I'm just going to try to tell it fast. I'm going to try to tell it detached from any emotion because it's really emotional for me, actually. AOC got a tweet from this lady that was her second grade teacher, and she was like, hey, you got this. This is just like when we used to go through those poems when you were little in the second grade. And the AOC was like, holy shit, are you my second grade teacher on Twitter? And the lady was like, yeah, I believe in you or whatever. And that just reminded me of a conversation I'd had 2 days ago about the value of teachers. You know, I think that while a lot of kids slip through the cracks of the education system, I think that those kids turn into adults that slip through the cracks of life in general. And I think that sometimes teachers, due to the overwhelming amount of kids that they see and the turnover every year, that they are really adept in recognizing standout students. And I think that there's just a natural nurturing thing where, and it's true for the other end of the spectrum too, right? They have an instinct for identifying the kid that needs it the most, even if that kid's going to do maybe the least with it. And they also have instinct for identifying who is going to do the most with it, right? Oh man, I'm running double logos like a turd right now. Hold on, you guys. Damn it. Man, see, that second logo up top is only supposed to pop up when the down one pops out, but whatever. So I'm just thankful at this late point in my life that so many of the times when it felt like nobody believed in me, that there were certain teachers who gave me just enough of a carrot to guide me in certain directions, right? Like to draw particular attention to books, like certain books or certain history lessons or whatever. Like, hey, Jessie, you might want to wake up for this, right? I know you didn't sleep a lot because your parents were fighting all night and you're tired, but this ain't math class, bro. You can take a nap in math class. Don't sleep in social studies. Got it. Don't sleep in seventh grade lit class. Got it, Miss Prentice. So yeah, anyways. Yo, I'm gonna just ride out with that thought. Let's just hold on to that thought right there, man. But just remember this part about it that is important, and I don't want you to think that when I talk about teachers, you must be an accredited, college educated, documented, paperwork producing. Undocumented teachers are a real thing too. And you don't have to stop teaching people because they stop being kids. And you don't have to stop learning because you grew up. So bless the teachers everywhere. It's so crazy, man, to think that literally all we are is a reflection of just a whole bunch of different shit somebody told us, or we saw on TV, or we read somewhere. We just took this soul, this heart, this cardiovascular system, these 5 basic senses, and we just started patching a life around it, just patching an identity, right? And then each time a new part of our identity was unraveled or developed or unrolled, it just had to fit in and everything else had to move a little bit. And then the older you are, the more things you become, the more you learn about nuances, the more you learn to respect gray areas and learn that sometimes things shade into each other. And you learn about intersectional values, shit like that, you know? Yo, there's some food for thought. I'm going to keep y'all posted. I'm on my Bewitched right now. Blink, 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 blink. Like Samantha. Even though I walk around more like Darren half the time. Okay, I'd like to thank our guests today. We had Luke R., the guy that stood in front of the bus and gave us a really powerful interview. We had Mallory Becker. I need to get myself a shirt that says, "Who is Mallory Becker?" And on the back of it, I'm going to write in ink, "The president of Antifa." And I'm going to go sell them in Prineville. Oh, man. And thanks to Kirsten Arias. I really hope I say that right every time. I haven't been corrected yet. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Stand Up and Fight Back Clothing. You can find them at Stand Up Fight Back, standupandfightback.bigcartel.com. Go get yourself some edgy gear so you can look real sharp in the at the end of days. Also brought to you by one of our sponsors is completely forgot about it. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Hey, yo, it's Jessie Sponberg. I'm rocking with the movement. You can too. Every Sunday night, 10 p.m. only on KBOO, KBOO 90.7. Also brought to you by Big Island Farm Sanctuary on Patreon. Go on there, look at all the crazy animals. I'll make them a commercial later today. I know I say that every day, and I never do. I'm sorry. I'm only one person. My horoscope today told me to take the day off. Here, let me give this to you guys. Hold on. Hold on, watch. So, yeah, my horoscope said to take today off, be careful not to burn my candle at both ends, and to, I don't know, stop and smell the begonias or just the rhododendrons, or I don't even know. I'm going to keep grinding. I expect you guys to keep grinding too. Also brought to you by Anteater, and now available Giant Anteater, brought to you by God. Also brought to you by Evil Ted Wheeler. He exists in both dimensions. Evil Ted Wheeler, he'll suck your blood. Also brought to you by Yellow Lights. You love red, you'll love yellow. They're just like red, but only if you want to. All right, remember this, you guys. If I don't say 5,000 G, somebody stole the damn phone.
Subject to arrest and use of force, including crowd control munitions, if you enter the property. If you're a peaceful protester, we are asking you to leave. This is the Portland Police Bureau. We have heard your chants stating the crowd is wanting to enter the property and burn down Southeast Precinct. You are subject to arrest and use of force, including crowd control munitions, if you enter the property. We are also aware of your request to call for additional reinforcements.
Yo, don't forget that press conference in Bend is today at 1 p.m. Push that shit. It'll go live around the world. Also, don't forget Prineville, 4 p.m. on Saturday. If you can make it, that would be some real dope shit. Also, Portland, keep pushing. DC, maybe not next week, the next week. I don't know. We'll be seeing you soon. Hopefully we'll see a T-Rex. All right, 5,000 G's. I can't quit you guys. Bye. 5,000.